Baby, I'm world famous. And there ain't nothing more dangerous than a man like me. My Facebook is empire. My Twitter is universe. My Instagram is a mirror into everybody's souls. What people would not do to touch my celebrity, to bathe in my limelight, to feel what it is for one day, what it is to be world famous. And you knew that when you sauntered your ass in here. That this is a wolf's den. Don't pretend that you're little red and I am not carnivore. I am not predator. I take what I want, when I want, and there ain't nothing you can do about it, because baby, I'm world famous. So who the fuck are you to tell me no? Your women's suffrage ends at my bedroom door. This is not a democracy. Consent is not a democracy. So why don't you do what women do best and swallow the indignity, and I will do what men do best and swallow you whole. And when we're done, I'll even let you call the cops. But remember, I'm world famous. And when those boys come here, they will beg for my autograph. They will treat me as the victim to your advances. They will treat every word you say as lies. And they will caution you, baby, honey, dear, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to put him in this position? Don't be embarrassed if you gave in so easily. He is, after all, world famous. And then the media will descend upon you like vulture, and every man you ever knew or ever loved will call you a dirty slut. And your father will avert his gaze when he looks at you, because you are no longer his little girl. And when it is too much for you to handle, you will settle. You will take my money and they will say they were right about you. And I will go on being world famous. And don't think that's the end of my career. Nah, sexual assault and abuse are not the ends of the career for men. They will give me an Academy Award. They will let my record go platinum. Hell, I may even run for president. And don't blame me, baby. Blame the world around you and their insatiable need for media. You are yesterday's news today. Blame society. They elevate the monster and they cast down the victim. They keep me. They make me. They love me. World famous.
I woke up every morning knowing I wouldn't make it. Tried everything I could to get out from under those blankets. The pills that were killing me were the only things they said could change it, so they kept on adding milligrams while I piled on more self-hatred. When I was 15, my mind was already deteriorating. Short-term memory swiftly fading with every Topamax I was taking. Used to joke that I was lucky I didn't dream of being a surgeon, because my trembling hands couldn't hold a knife while I was shoveling down Concerta. You know, I never met a psychiatrist who really cared for their patients. I've only met drug dealers who are amused by playing around with brain meds. No one with an RX pad gave a fuck about my body. Only thing they wanted was Big Pharma's money. Murder made easy. The suppliers are players in our economy, pay off the government to keep cashing out on pill popping me. My first drug dealer was a doctor, just in case you were wondering. I swallowed 1,000 different capsules before I ever smoked bud off marijuana leaf. I watched my second psychiatrist scream in my mother's face. She asked him about the pills he was prescribing me to take. His explanation, she couldn't understand, even if he told her, because she didn't know shit about dealing with my disorders. And all the while, I'm straddling on a dangerous border between drug addiction and a front row seat at the coroner's. I'm only allotted 15 minutes for every psych appointment, just enough to write up a refill for more shit. I don't even have to ask for a higher dosage. It's offered up like a breakfast buffet serving free mimosas. And every time I stare at my doctor with pleading eyes, silently asking him not to tempt me into my own demise, how can I say no when you've built my tolerance to the sky. I never thought I'd be screaming in the Fresno City parking lot. All I was doing was taking the pills my daddy's insurance bought. I ran out of the classroom because my throat started closing up. I fell down on the asphalt because I couldn't remember how to walk. The pills were hitting me. I just went up in milligrams. Doc called it accidental overdose, drug conflict with my bupropion. He told me for the right pill cocktail, I would have to kiss a lot of frogs, but he never told me I'd spend a lifetime trying to kick the drugs. He never said he was the middleman between me and $1 billion corporation, or that I was just another cog in their murder formation. My drug dealer is a doctor, and I'm just a patient.
I'll take one dark. I'll take one pale. I'll even take one yellow. The milky ones are my favorite. And you know you have a good one when there's some thick head. And when I take it all the way down, I love the white lace that is left behind. Ladies, men, you know what I'm talking about. Beer. This bud is not for me, guys. I'm taking it all, hitting the back of my throat, making my glands scream with a potent sour flavor that assaults my tongue. Oh, and you better believe I'll swallow everything it gives me. Don't worry about meeting my parents. You're coming home with me. Do you have friends? Oh, I'll take you solo in packs of 6, 12, and maybe 30. I love it when there's more than one of you and I can double fist you. I love them organic, made with magical crafty fingers. Hair of the dog is my favorite position. There's nothing less than 6 that enters these lips. So when I've pumped enough out of you, your tap will blow. Sometimes you come wrapped and other times you're flowing free. I'll consume you with the cold. I'll consume you with the bold strokes that spurt out. I'll consume you warm and fluffy. I can't wait for you to stuff me with your spicy goodness. If you're hoppy enough, I'll squeeze all the flavor out of you, continuously coming as I take you down my throat. A bomber. Oh, I'll gladly accept your 22 ounces as I allow you to fill my hands with your goodness. I'll gladly lick the rim to make sure the glistening drops are deposited on my tongue. Love? Oh no, I am obsessed with having you in my mouth. I need you inside me harder than I've ever known. I'd let you do anything to me, to my mouth, to my inner curse. Milk my honey pot as I take your yeast. Pound my mouth, send a shockwave to my brain as you convulse throughout my body. I am woman, I love beer.
10 things I regret ever taking place in my life. 1, being too afraid to kiss Rosemary Otero in junior high school. I used to think her cleft was brought by angels. She had a cleft in her chin. It was the first time I'd seen one in real life. She was beautiful. 2, wearing tidy whities as a grown-ass man. 3, the one time I called my sister a bitch. That word fell out of my mouth like a mistake wrapped in treason. I couldn't believe I so easily defiled the sacred bond of my family with one ill-conceived remark. 4, getting Limdol tattooed on my shoulder with a miniature poodle underneath. I was completely sober. If you think that's bad, you should have heard my first choice. 5, throwing bricks on the roof of our house for entertainment. 1 slipped and crashed through the window, hitting my mother in the head. She told me she still has a scar. I have one too, only mine isn't as visible. 6, voting for George Bush. 7, not saying how much I love my grandfather at his funeral. More importantly, not saying those same things to him when he was alive. Burials should only be designed for bodies. 8, feeling boastful when I was making more money than both my parents combined. 3 years later, I was cleaning out bedpans for minimum wage. The Bible says pride comes before destruction. 9, not running to that little girl in Guatemala on the service after promising I would. I gave her my word. I wonder if that's why I didn't have any more left to put on paper. 10, having any regrets to begin with. See, oftentimes we feel sorry for mistakes we've made in our past. That we wish we could pay a visit to Father Time and ask him for a series of do-overs, that because life has dealt us a bad hand, we feel we have the right to point the finger. Tell me where you are is exactly where you're supposed to be. We treat mirrors like gospel, not really that they're just a reflection of what's on the outside. The two things that keep us alive are tucked away on the inside of ourselves, our mind and our heart. When they become perfectly aligned, you become unstoppable. Your words now have purpose. Your voice box becomes a DJ, spinning the greatest hits of your growth. See, I'm not moving forward, taking on the eyes of Harriet Tubman, so I will always have tunnel vision, reminding myself that no matter what I've gone through, I'm still here. That even though at times it may feel like I'm drowning, the air in my lungs symbolize I'm not getting into water, so I'll be like Dory and Finding Nemo and just keep swimming. We are faced with up to 5,000 decisions a day. Instead of worrying about always making the right one, revel in the fact you have the freedom to choose in the first place. Regrets are simply reminders we are full of imperfection. Our goal is to treat them as lessons in the school we call life and take notes so we can be ready for the test when they come.
On NPR, the activist and Oliver fevered desire to help a group of Syrian women living in the midst of rubble and sniper fire, asked what they would like for her to bring them on her next trip around. The women asked her for lipstick, to paint their smiles crimson, an illusion of fertility, a color that announces a desire to appear alluring. Lipstick, to forge out realities of life continuing, maybe love. The Syrian woman says, they want us to feel ugly. They want us to feel dead. If a sniper is going to kill me, I want him to know he is killing a beautiful woman. The poet says that he wishes he could write a poem about poppies, but he lives in Fresno. The poet says he cannot find the flowers that I see growing all around in the concrete and in between the syringes and the crack prostitutes. The poet says that I must be blind or maybe a little bit ignorant because don't I know that beautiful sunrises and sunsets are only a product of pesticide and pollution. The poet wishes he could write a poem about poppies, but he lives in Fresno. I wake up and I look outside and I see the sun flowering. The sun flowering, rose on fire. And I know that I can find heaven wherever I go because I am a woman. And I live through sniper fire. And I come out of rubble. And I dust the concrete off my skirts with every step I take. And when I get downtown, I see earth touching to heaven. I see buildings that reach up in prayer. And I watch the sunrise painting glows of orange and reds and yellows. And I'm sorry, you can't write poems about poppies. But women who live through wars, women who live through wars outside and inside, can throw you the most beautiful words out of nothing. Not because we don't see reality, but because we are resilient and we know how to create beauty for you so you can survive. So maybe one day your children can write poems about poppies. I see the beautiful sky full of pesticide and poison. And I paint my lips red, and I paint my lips crimson, and I paint my lips a deep, deep, sweet plum. Sweet plum. I am resilient. I can teach you how to write poems about poppies when you live in Fresno.